out to see that game with all the balls, or to the wrestling ring best out of 3 falls. Donnie and Randy talking wrestling and sports. We're talking the ball pit. It's the best, of course, 'cause it's the ball pit, the ball pit. Donnie and Randy, they freaking called it, 'cause it's the ball pit, the ball pit. There's no better podcast. They're all shit. Rob watches the Lions every Sunday night. Who even know which team Paul supposedly likes? Tex likes the Cowboys, it's his only shortfall. Jason McLean, just a fan of sports ball. 'Cause it's the ball pit, the ball pit. Donnie and Randy, they freaking called it. 'Cause it's the ball pit, the ball pit. There's no better podcast. They're all shit. With Randy Gilbert as our YouTube sports guy. Donnie Cho knows shit about sports, but he'll try. Donnie only knows wrestling and MMA. Together these two for the US of A.
All right.
Let the balls loose.
Was that your first time seeing that theme song, Paul?
It was, and you know, I would have loved to have been there on the photo shoot with you two and all those pictures. That was
you were in one of them. That was
I know.
You missed
I saw
it. You
that.
like oh okay.
I saw that.
I thought you like turned away or something.
No, I laughed.
Oh.
That was funny.
You know what the funny thing is, of all the pictures, the only one that actually looks like the person was yours.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
All ours
that looked exactly like you. Yeah.
We're obviously AI'd.
But that was cool. Donnie, you do great intros like that. Those are awesome.
I'm getting better.
Don't suck up to him like that.
I'm developing
Don't do
my
that.
skills. Yeah.
I think that picture of you two diving in the pool with the jets behind you was just timed perfectly. That was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it was all designed. You didn't know I jumped in the ball pits like that all the time. All the time.
So, guys, let's talk about some sports and shit. So, what's going on? Yeah. Oh, yeah, Paul, feel free to cuss as much as you want, because I want angry rants. I want angry sports rants. So, drop as many F-bombs as you please.
Alrighty. We'll fucking do.
Yes.
I got my beer too. And
your koozie. Nice. Classy.
Koozie. That's because he's trying to hide the product placement that he's trying to do there.
So, Paul, earlier you were making fun of Texas sports fans. What did you have to say now that Randy's here?
Nothing. I think Texas sports fan. So, you know, I was looking at this like a half an hour ago, and I didn't realize it could possibly happen. And okay, Randy, I'm sorry. Your Texas Longhorns lost to Florida this past week.
Yesterday. And not good, not a good loss either. It was a crap. They played like shit.
But the score wasn't all that bad.
Doesn't matter. Still played like shit.
That is true. I don't think that was reason for them to drop all the way out of the top 25.
I do.
Really?
I was actually impressed that it didn't happen before that. I thought there was no way in hell they should have ever been number 9, because the only way they had a good win was against poor Sam Houston State, which at one time Sam Houston State was not a suck. They were like Appalachian State, you didn't just walk in and just walk over them. You were in a fight. Not anymore. But these guys, they beat the crap out of them and did nothing when it comes to an actual, real football team. They got a real opponent. They have issues. I don't know why.
Yeah, and Florida really isn't shit this year at all. I mean, they're what?
No, they're 2-3.
Yeah, 2-3,
and then we're 3-2 now.
Yeah, but I just to be ranked number 1 in the preseason polls and now not even in the top 25.
Yeah,
what in the world happened? I mean, is it injuries? Are they just that bad?
No, they lost.
That's a special
talent.
level of shame.
They literally lost talent. They lost 5 starters off the defensive side, which surprised me. They were able to hang with Ohio State as long as they did, honestly, after having that. Now they've got injuries starting to build, but that offensive line has not been the best ever. I mean, they literally have not played good all year. Mm-hmm. I hate to say it, and don't get me wrong, Arch Manning ain't doing himself any favors the way he's playing. But most of the time, he's running around for his life. He's literally scrambling for his life. And he's making bad decisions when he does it. So one thing that I really don't like about college football is the first two games of the season are usually powder puff games. I mean, easy wins for most teams. Yep. Why in the world? And it's a good thing for Texas to maybe, after losing starters and stuff on the defensive side, maybe have a couple powder puff games to, build a little bit of confidence and get a little bit of momentum going into conference play or whatever. Yeah. But to get Ohio State in the first game, I mean, for both teams, it's going to be a flip flop next year. Yeah. So y'all are coming to us next year. Really? So I mean, that's what they did too. But when Vince Young and Troy, what the hell was the dude's name that quarterback USC at the time? Vince Young was still here, and Troy. Dang, if I can remember the kid's name now. But the year after, we went back and forth like that. Vince Young won one against you guys. We won the national championship that year. The next year, Colt McCoy's first year, you've got Ohio State coming in, and I think we went to Ohio State that year, and we put up a fight, but we were not even really in the hunt, really. I mean, you didn't blow us out or nothing like that, but we weren't going to win that game. We just didn't have the firepower anymore because they lost a lot of people. But they did that flip-flop, and this year, these 2 years now, they're doing the same thing. I don't know if it'll be the first game next year like it was this year, but I'd rather see them do that and get this out of the way and then do the powder puff crap, week 2, week 3 or whatever. Because frankly, I don't even want to see what's going to happen when Oklahoma comes down next week. It's not going to be pretty.
I know they don't play Mizzou at all.
Yeah, they're playing. They got OU this coming week, and in fact, I'll tell you real quick.
That'll be a tough game.
I got it up over here for where's my Texas Longhorns, and that don't mean I'm going to stop being a Longhorn fan, obviously. But I'm also what's the old saying? I bet with my head, not my heart type thing. Yeah, that's where I stick at. So, but yeah, I mean, so let's see.
Well, I got a question here from the chat. Nemovir asks, why is college football the minor leagues for the NFL?
Well, it's not really. College football they're not minor league at all, because I know a bunch of college football programs that could take on the pro football teams in a heartbeat.
And really, the NFL doesn't have a minor league team or minor league system. I guess you could possibly argue that is it the UFL now or whatever it's called now is possibly the
combination of USFL and XFL.
But they play spring as opposed to fall. So there's really no crossover with it, and I mean other leagues have tried to play on the same time frame as the NFL does, and it just doesn't work. NFL is just a completely huge monster, and nothing's ever going to top that. But I mean, college football is just a feeder for the NFL, really. I mean,
that's exactly what it is. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So,
what about the XFL? Is there an argument to be made that that's kind of like the minor league for the NFL?
It's basically a league that people who couldn't make it in the NFL go to just be able to play football.
Well, that's what the minor league is, right?
You go to hone their craft a little bit.
Yes and no. I mean, there are some minor league systems where players will develop up through the affiliated teams to the pro sport, whatever it is. But with the XFL, they're not owned by the NFL.
The minor leagues have a more direct relationship with Major League Baseball.
Like in baseball, each team has owns. Well, I don't know if they own, but they run different minor league programs, and they have their players just kind of work their way up through that. Whereas football, NFL doesn't really have that. It's just like they have like a practice squad.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah.
They don't have a D league like the NBA does. They don't have stuff for developmental and stuff like that. They literally, these kids coming out of college are at that peak level already. They have to be, or they're not going to make it in the NFL. Now, that's why all these upstart football leagues, if you want to call them that, almost always fail because, quite frankly, they couldn't make it in the NFL. There's crappy football. It's not fun to watch, and it just doesn't work. I mean, nobody wants to go. Oh, it's cool for the first season or something like that, but then they start hemorrhaging money. I mean, you're talking about guys out there playing for $50,000 a year, type thing.
So, Mike Bothwell's got a pretty loaded question here. He says, after what the NHL did with the Four Nations, what do you guys think the NFL should do to actually make people watch the All-Star Weekend events and make players actually want to practice?
They're never going to do it unless they move it to before the season. I don't even know if they'd even do work then. Pro Bowl is no longer. It's a flag football game. It's not even a Pro Bowl anymore. I mean, it's fun and it's a fan fest type thing if you want to get to it. But they don't let them do anything. You can't even run a blitz at the old when they're playing the Pro Bowl. You couldn't run a blitz. And quite frankly, the guys who were in the Super Bowl when they moved it to before the Super Bowl, the guys who were in the Super Bowl weren't going to play anyway. And they finally figured out, say, hey, we're not going to do it like that anymore. A lot of people stopped showing up. They stopped going to them, and they stopped playing in them. I mean, but look back to 1990, 1991, 92, 93 time frame when you got pictures of the Pro Bowl squads out there in Hawaii because they all went to Hawaii at that time. They go out there and you got pictures of Emmitt Smith with Barry Sanders and all these legends that are legends now out there just good, not really going out and hitting, like a heart, but they're going out and they're still playing and trying to do something. You know what I mean? Much like the NBA All-Star game. I mean, there's no defense in the NBA All-Star game at all. I mean, 160 to 172 or some crap like that's usually the final score. So
yeah. That's, I mean, whatever the NHL, whoever decided to do that Four Nations tournament in the NHL, I mean, that they did it right. I mean, that is just a phenomenal.
Oh, you ain't just kidding.
Amazing.
Who are the Four Nations?
It was USA, Canada, Sweden, and
it wasn't Russia. It was Finland, I think, wasn't it? Ask Mike. Mike's going to ask.
No, Russia. I thought it would have been Russia because they're like big in hockey.
Oh, that was when all kinds of political turmoil was going on over there with
the war
with Turkey. Who they invade?
Ukraine.
Whoever. Ukraine. Yeah. So they weren't invited to participate, but I think that going forward, I think what they have to do, the Olympics. The Olympics are next year. The Winter Olympics are next year, right?
Yeah, they are.
So they won't do the Four Nations next year, and then after that, I'm sure they're going to have a much bigger field with more countries involved in it. So
yeah, because I tell you what, what they did was they brought another excitement to their product. Honestly, that people will really get into, and quite frankly, I love hockey. But I don't like to watch it on TV. I want to be in the arena when I'm watching hockey because that's the only way to truly enjoy it.
Yeah, 100% there.
Is it hard to see the puck when you're watching it in the arena, though? Like to know where it is? No.
I mean, sometimes it'll get lost in the mass of humanity, but it doesn't take long to pick it up, especially in the arena.
I notice on TV nowadays with NHL, they'll put like little graphics on the puck, so it looks like a little fireball. It's kind of cool.
They did that back in the 80s with was it the glow thing, the glow puck that went around and stuff, and that was I didn't really care for that. That kind of took away from the game a little bit for me at least. But I think they last year they started doing that again, but not to the annoying effect that they had before. It was just something that was on there. But the NHL is doing it right, I think.
I think they got, but they know their fans. They know what their fans want too.
Yeah,
I don't think the NFL even knows what their fans want anymore.
Oh, they don't care. They're making
money. That's all they care about.
Shit ton of money with everything. Yeah, so they don't really give a shit.
And I was looking over here at the top 25 since you brought that up. Of course, Texas flew out of the top 25, but so did Penn State after getting beat by UCLA. They got beat by
completely out.
Yeah, they fell completely out of the top 25 as well. They went from number 2 earlier in the year. They lost to Oregon, but that dropped them to like number 7. Now they're completely out.
So that would be very interesting to look back in history and see if well, first of all, for one top 10 team to drop out of the top 25 altogether, let alone 2.
Let's see. I'm about to tell you because
I can't imagine that.
That happened Sunday, before. The last time 2 top 10 teams fell out of the poll the same week was September of 1986. When it happened to number 8 Tennessee and number 10 Ohio State.
Wow.
They both dropped completely out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Quite frankly, honestly, I thought after the first game against Ohio State, Texas should have dropped out of the top 10 right off the bat. I don't think they should have ever been left up there. And they proved it playing the next couple of weeks against people they should have beat the crap out of, but they were just kind of there, you know.
What did they drop to 5 or something after that game?
7 at first, and then 9 after I forget which one it was they barely beat. And then, of course, the 55-0 to Sam Houston, that's a different story. But this one, they just didn't play. They did not have. And I've never been a Steve Sarkisian fan. I know everybody talks about him, whatever. I've never been a Steve Sarkisian fan. My favorite Texas Longhorn coach since Mac Brown has been Charlie Strong. Because that was a disciplinarian from hell, and he built a running game from hell that it was just straight out. He lined up in an I formation, and he was going to run it down your throat. And by God, he did if he had a chance.
Yeah.
That's when they had those big bruising backs like Obaniah and a couple of those other big guys, that just literally would just barrel over people. Loved it.
That's the kind of football that I used to really love, is just the smash mouth, run up the gut and in your face football, not this 80-yard.
And he was a defensive guy. Yeah, he was a defensive guy, and I mean the defense was so stout. All they had to do was score 15, 20 points a game, and they didn't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Hey, Never's got another question. We lost the Coyotes here in Phoenix. Will we ever get another team? What do you guys think?
Where did they end up going? Now that I think about it, I forgot about them getting moved. They did go. That's right. The Utah Hockey Club, aren't they now?
They're the Utah Mammoth, I think they are.
Did they change it? It was just going to be Utah Hockey Club for a while.
Yeah. It's Utah Mammoth, I think, this year.
Why do they call themselves the Mammoth? That's such a random.
They had all kinds of different. I think it's the Mammoth.
Like I said, last I heard was just
hockey
club. So
yeah.
No. I'm sorry. Number one, well, quite frankly, I didn't know Dallas should have had one. Honestly, the southern states really don't get into hockey like the northern states do. So
no.
But it's gotten better because people in the South have started saying,
the Utah Mammoth.
Cool
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, it's crazy that, cities like Quebec lost their team. And there's talk about another team moving back there and kind of regenerating the Nordiques, which they were an original 6 team, I believe. And I mean, hockey without the Nordiques just sounds weird. That's like saying, get rid of the Montreal Canadiens and move them to wherever. But, as far as Phoenix goes, I mean, the fans didn't support it there. I don't think really any team that loses, any city that loses a team like that, where the fans just don't show up and don't really support the team, I don't think they should ever be rewarded with another team moving there. I mean, they've proven that they can't do it. I think it would be just a waste of time for the NHL to move back there.
Oh yeah.
So
well, and quite frankly, it's gotten to the point. A lot of they don't have a whole lot of fans going at all. I don't think. As far as I know, they go out for the Diamondbacks a lot. Now the Cardinals, I don't know if that was ever a good fit either. But at least Kurt Warner came in and took them to a Super Bowl. So
yeah,
I mean,
yeah. And I mean,
and I know you don't like talking about the Cardinals, so.
And actually, the last few years I've come in. I mean, St. Louis Cardinals were from here, and that's the team that I kind of grew up with. And they left in '85, moved to Phoenix.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was all about stadium, building the stadium, the city-supported stadium or whatever here, and Bidwell didn't like that, so they moved there and had their stadium built. But they didn't have many fans there show up. I mean, I don't think they had a packed house until they were really good, went to the Super Bowl anyway.
Yeah.
So,
and I rooted for them. I did.
Yeah.
Dude, I just looked it up. Utah didn't even have mammoths.
No, they had mastodons though.
There were no mammoths in Utah. There were like Alaska, Canada, and like the eastern central U.S.
You do realize that they don't care whether or not they had it or not, right?
That's ridiculous. I was just like, that name is so ridiculous.
I forgot what the other ones. I think one was. One bounced around was Yeti. I don't think that one would have made it with the Yeti.
Yeah, I heard that one a couple of times too. I remember that now. It was like, really? What? No.
Yeah.
No.
I think Utah Bigfoot might have been one name thrown around.
See,
I don't know why.
I like the idea of Bigfoot as a sports team mascot.
Yeah,
you could do things with
cool,
that.
I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'd do it with Utah. I think I'd stick with something like Oregon for that one.
Yeah. Maybe if Eugene, Oregon ever gets a hockey team, they can be the Eugene Bigfoot.
Considering Oregon is the Ducks.
Yeah.
I still haven't figured that part out yet. But
yeah,
as long as I don't have to look at their freaking helmets and piss green freaking uniforms and stuff, I'm okay.
Yeah. That's one thing that I'm not crazy about with, especially Oregon. They seem to have a different uniform every freaking week.
Yeah, and it's more obnoxious every time.
Yeah, exactly. Just stick to one for home, one for away. I know it makes money with sales and stuff, but
yeah,
it's annoying. I think.
I agree on that one, 100%. So, anyway, so. We've been beat up on that, but you know what? We got baseball going on big right now.
So what's going on in the world of baseball, guys?
It's playoff time. Times. They're in the divisional round right now. And poor old Al on Saturday, he was not happy because his Yankees got beat up on. So
yes, that was true.
I was a big Yankees fan.
Blue Jays beat them up.
Blue Jays beat them. It's good to see the Blue Jays getting in and doing well.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, beating the Yankees in a playoff round, that's pretty darn impressive.
Yeah.
That's right, Mike. How about them Blue Jays?
Telling you.
And then, my favorite, my favorite team to hate, the Cubs. Who do they beat in the first round?
Why do you hate the Cubs so much?
Cardinals and Cubs don't like each other.
Oh. No. They're just a hatred. That's like Dallas and the Cowboys and the Redskins.
Yeah.
And yes, I said Redskins.
Yankees and the Boston Red Sox. It's one of the. I don't know if it will be a heated rivalry, but it's one of the best rivalries in baseball. We just don't like the Cubs when they won the World Series and whatever year that was.
Al's not going to be happy now either.
Blue Jays win it again.
13-7 they won today.
Nice.
They're up 2-0 on the Yankees right now.
Nice. But yeah, the Brewers took care of the Cubs in game one. I mean, it's a long playoff series. So, what is this round 5, best of 5 or best of 7?
No, this is all. It's all best of 7 the rest of the way out now.
Okay.
You got
All
2 out of 3 on those play-in games, and then you got best of 7 the rest of the way out, which has made the postseason a lot longer, obviously. So,
yeah. That's another. I don't like all the wild card for baseball. Just go back to where it was. Have 2 division winning teams, and then play that, and then you got the World Series. It's such a long season anyway. Why drag it out?
Yep.
That gets long. But then again, I love hockey playoffs, and that seems to go on forever. So,
Cubs beat the Padres originally.
Okay, the Pods.
Yep. So, like I said, I like their brackets now, the way they do them in the major leagues versus what they used to do. At one time it was just straight out. There was no playoffs. You had an East and a West in both the National and American League, and whoever won the East played whoever won in the West, and that was your ALCS every year. There was no play-ins. There was no divisional rounds.
No, there's of course Nemo, the D-backs failed again.
I tell you what, though, I always have a soft spot in my heart for the D-backs because they were the last place Randy Johnson really pitched at. But they're also the one that my Texas Rangers won their only World Series against. So, which kind of surprised me because I figured they would pull a typical Rangers and completely choke it out, but they did not. They come out.
Damn. Yankees are getting fucked up. I'm looking at the scores now.
Yeah, you see it now
from the game.
Yeah,
man, they're about to get knocked out.
Damn. Oh, that's already over. They already won today. 13-7 was the score.
Yikes!
But they still have 2 more games to.
Oh yeah.
To come back.
And I think they're playing in. They're playing in. Are they playing in Toronto right now? I think they're playing in Toronto right now.
Let's see. I thought this was a much better spread than it is. I was looking up the Miami Marlins record in the postseason because they've only made it 4 times.
But at least they won a World Series.
They've won 2.
Have they won 2?
In 97 and 2000. Well, maybe. I know they won 1. Yeah.
Yeah. Because Pudge Rodriguez left Texas and then he ended up with them on their World Series team. I can't remember who he was on. A different one too.
Oh, they won the 2003 World Series against the Yankees.
Okay.
Yeah. So I thought they've lost like 16 playoff games. I thought they lost fewer than that. So never mind.
Yeah. So other than that, there's just nothing else going on. Football and baseball right now. Of course.
Well, you got hockey starting next week.
Yeah, but
hockey starting.
I'm waiting for it to get going before I really start talking about it a lot because that's a long season too, much like baseball and basketball, really.
Yeah, but I think with hockey, it's so much action in it, whereas baseball, you're just kind of waiting around for it to happen. Basketball, I can never really figure it out too much, so I really don't watch basketball. But I mean, hockey, you always have a bunch of, well, not as much anymore. You don't have the hits as much anymore that you used to do, the fighting and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys think the NFL playoff series would be better in a best out of type of format?
No. This is one of the things I like about the NFL's playoffs. You win or you go home, period.
Yeah.
There ain't no, hey, we'll get them next game or whatever. No, you win or you go home. Same thing with why I love March Madness so much. You win or you go home. And that plays into I love the Cinderella stories, and every year there's some little team going to come up, punch somebody in the nose, and a couple of 3-4 years back, it was Stephen F. Austin. Then you had Loyola Chicago with that one nun that came out with them to help, support them and everything. She just retired last week, by the way. But she was like almost 100 years old and she just retired. I'm like, golly, I don't know about that.
And really with the NFL, it's such a rough sport. You have to have a certain amount of time in between games to recover. Yeah. I mean, if you do a best out of whatever type format, I mean, you talk about going on forever. I think that would just, take way too long. And we would maybe have 2 weeks in between the Super Bowl and the start of the season. But yeah. I love the NFL playoffs, and every snap, every second of a playoff game is so intense because any mistake could cost you the game, and it's just an incredible thing.
As last week, of course, listening to everybody talk about the Sunday night game where the Cowboys and Green Bay Packers went to the 40-40 tie, after 10-minute overtime and stuff. And I was listening to people on the radio talking about on sports shows going, why don't we have sudden death? They shouldn't be able to go that far. I'm like, you had sudden death, and you bitches kept whining because your team didn't get a chance to possess the ball. That used to be the part of it. You know what? You better hope you win that coin toss. If you don't, you better hope your defense is pretty dang good.
Yeah. And I never really knew this, and I'm sure it's the reason why, but I never understood why they played 10-minute overtimes instead of 15. And somebody said it on the radio that it's so taxing on a player to play 60 minutes, they just couldn't add another 5 minutes to the.
And I'm wondering now, I got to think about this, because I bet if you go back to 95 and before or so, I bet they were playing 15-minute overtime.
Oh yeah.
This just happens to these collective bargaining agreements have really kicked in. So
because they don't get paid extra for that overtime.
Yeah, exactly.
And these guys are professional athletes. They should be trained and ready to go. And
but they're not. You know what? I don't mean to say it like they're not physically ready. Do not mistake what I'm saying. But when they had 4 preseason games and they went out there and you had the guys doing, okay, your first preseason game, you might have a series or so of starters that played, and then you start looking at the young guys, right? But by the third one, your starters were playing the majority of that game, of the third one, because they got to get into football shape at that point. You can work out, you can run reps all you want, but it does not replace being in a game and going full speed.
Right.
And then the fourth one was the last chance for all those kids that were, the undrafted free agents. That's the last chance for them to shine. That's what I loved about preseason. It's not like that no more. These guys just they phone it in. They just do not care.
Yeah.
And it drives me insane.
They have their contracts. They're going to get paid. They know they're on the team.
Yep.
They just kind of go through the motions, and then once the season starts, there they go.
Yeah.
And they get hurt.
That just you look at the first 2 games of the year over the last 3 years. The first 2 games of the year have been the sloppiest games in NFL history. There's no Christmas. There's no snap off routes or anything like that. It's just literally some of the crappiest football. They might as well be in the XFL.
Right.
It's just some of the crappiest football you'll see.
Right. Agree.
So anywho,
totally agree with that one.
So I made a decision, guys. I don't have any sports team that I follow that I support because I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't watch football at all. But now that I'm doing a sports podcast, I figured it would be time for me to choose a team to support.
Okay.
All right. Because, Paul, you were telling me earlier how you were still in the process of you didn't fully commit to a certain team, right? Because you couldn't choose.
In football, yeah.
Yeah. So I figured in football, I should choose a team that I'm going to support. So, guys, I would like to announce to you that Donnie Cho has made a decision. And that decision, hold on. Wait a minute.
Oh, his AI messed up. He messed up his AI. Look out.
Hold on. My AI, my fucking phone, guys. I do everything on my phone, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There we go. There it is. It's loading. Here we come. I've decided to be an Eagles fan, guys.
An Eagles fan?
Yep. I, Donnie Cho, will be an Eagles fan. And here's why. Because everyone hates the fucking Eagles, especially
they got their ass
fans.
whipped today.
They did.
They're known as the biggest D-bags in all of football. According to text, they apparently chucked batteries at Santa Claus.
They did?
Yes, they did. That's the fans. That's not the Eagles themselves. That's the fans.
Yeah. And so, everyone just hates the Eagles. So therefore, I, Donnie Cho, will be an Eagles fan. So now I got to actually research the team, though, like who the players are and buy their jerseys.
Nobody else knows either.
Yeah, but with the NFL, I really don't have a favorite team. Yeah. I mean, I love what the Lions have been doing the last couple seasons and stuff.
Yeah. Only because I'm a Dan Campbell fan too, actually.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're an exciting team to watch, but
when they get going, yeah.
Yeah. So are the Bills. Can't stand the Rams for obvious reasons that they left St. Louis and trashed the city.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's of course everybody knows I love my Cowboys, but I am actually at the point of I'm not the fanatic I used to be by a long shot, because there was a time Cowboys were playing, you better get away from me. I'm watching the game.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I'm like, first of all, I don't like none of you sons of bitches. And when I sit there and watch somebody, and I can't blame Dak Prescott, even though I think Dak Prescott will never take them to the promised land. He's a perfectly fine quarterback. Don't get me wrong. He puts up great stats for you fantasy football guys. Okay. But when it comes to, he's just like Romo was. When it came to the big one, it was a choke fest every time. It was stupid decisions. And people say, oh, that was the way the play was called. No, he made a bad decision. They all make bad decisions when they're in the playoffs for some reason. But like the other day, I saw him finally, after that hamstring issue he had late last year, finally the other day against the Packers, he took off on a run for a 20-yard scramble up the middle that set up the field goal that put them ahead before they let Green Bay catch back up again. But I'm just like, this is the stuff you stop doing. He's not like Romo. He doesn't have the arm strength and the gunslinger mentality to dance around and then sling it. He doesn't have that, and he doesn't have the accuracy. He could take off and use his legs and keep that defense off, but he doesn't do it anymore. He tries to force everything.
Yeah. I think you pretty much nailed it on the head when the problem with Prescott is he's a fine quarterback. He's not a superstar quarterback. And no. I mean,
but he's paid like one.
Right. Well, that's Jerry Jones's problem.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have gotten that big of a paycheck or anything like that. But a really, really good quarterback is a quarterback that can win a playoff game and do the right things in the playoffs and get your team deep into the playoffs.
We've got a couple questions here, guys.
Yeah, what you got?
Mike Bothwell asks, best NFL mascot? It's got to be Blue.
Is Blue the one from Indianapolis?
I don't know. Or the one we're saying we got to say it's Blue.
I know their mascot's Blue, and you see all the commercials with him hitting people in the face with pies.
Yeah. I don't know. Because the NFL really doesn't have a whole lot of quote unquote mascots, really. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, talk about baseball. You see like the Philly Fanatic, the San Diego
Chicken,
Fredbird here in St. Louis.
Exactly.
You do crazy stuff on the field. You don't really see NFL mascots except behind the end zone after a field goal or something like that.
Yeah.
But I really don't know. The one in Indianapolis is the only one that I ever really see.
That Toro, he's right. Toro, I forgot about Toro. Toro's pretty cool.
Who's Toro?
Toro's the bull.
Oh,
I got a cat on me here.
Here's another question: who has the best cheerleader squad?
Ooh.
Oh, come on now. There's no doubt. Who's the only one that had a porno made about him? Case in point, done. Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders.
Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders.
Ain't you ever seen Debbie Does Dallas?
No, I've heard of it. I never watched it. I know of it.
I think my brain cells are destroying.
Dude, that was before my time, man. That was before my time.
I'm gonna tell you that.
Wait, that Debbie was a Dallas cheerleader?
She was dressed up as a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader.
Oh, was she an actual cheerleader or was she just portraying one?
No. She was a high school student, actually.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. If you watch that, trust me, all of those were supposedly high school students.
Hmm.
And I have to look this up. What teams don't have cheerleaders?
Oh, that was their question the other day. I saw it. The Raiders and Buffalo, right?
I think Buffalo has a team. Has
Pittsburgh? No, I'm sorry. Pittsburgh was one of them.
I think the Packers are one too.
It might have been the Packers and the Steelers.
Let's see. Not interested. Oh, there's quite a 7.
Really?
Chicago Bears.
Okay.
Cleveland Browns.
Okay.
Buffalo Bills. I thought the Bills had some.
No.
Green Bay Packers, the Chargers, the New York Giants, and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And the Giants, I remember reading this because this was on freaking ESPN the other day, the write-up on it. Because the Mara family that owns the Giants said they didn't want the distraction of the girls on the sideline. I remember that. I remember reading that. It was like,
that makes sense.
Now, Debbie never made it to Dallas, but she did the part of it. She's good. The girl's name was Bambi too, by the way.
Bambi. Oh, that doesn't sound right. Bambi. Well, that would sound wrong. Bambi does Dallas.
No, I'm saying the lady that played Debbie was named Bambi.
Oh. Well, yeah, but to use her real name, Bambi does Dallas, that would kind of
I'd be okay with it. I didn't care. Anywho, but yeah, no. I just never paid attention a lot to the on the pro side. I mean, obviously, and on the college side, we've got every mascot known to man out there.
Yeah.
And everything from the Trojans planting the sword, to the Buckeyes. What do y'all got? What do y'all got?
Somebody was, well, that's the when the marching band comes on the field. Somebody who's picked to do it. I don't know if it's the drum major or what, but they always bend backwards and at the 50-yard line right in the middle of the field there, and touch the plume to the ground.
Hey, I heard Taylor Swift's future husband got slapped in the game.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
He got bitch slapped probably.
He keeps getting in arguments with the head coach.
Really?
And I always thought that's a bad idea to start
and
yelling
think
at
about
the
it.
Coach.
Do you really want to get into an argument with Andy Reid?
No.
That's probably the only one left out there that's truly old school to start with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And don't do it. Just don't do it.
No.
So yeah. And there's no old school coaches left. It's all, hey, let's shoot all over the place and run and gun everywhere type thing. So
yeah.
Anyway, I started one here. We're getting off topic now. We're going to wrestling for a couple seconds here. And Mike, yes,
let me read
it
the
was
question.
dumb.
Off-topic question: what the fuck is this WrestlePalooza thing? It sounds so dumb and completely takes away from what WrestleMania is or was. I think they're just trying to make another big event because they need more of those.
It wasn't even that. They're never going to do it again. It was only to make a big splash going to the ESPN app instead of on the Peacock when they do their instead of pay-per-views. Now they call them PLEs, premium live events. Okay. Okay. I watched it. I was not impressed. Didn't care. 3.5 hours. You know how many matches they had?
How many?
5?
5.
Wow.
They wasted so much. Each entrance took like 20 minutes, it seemed like.
Oh, jeez.
It was that bad. And then they come back later and say, well, ESPN thought it didn't like it or whatever. You're the ones that set the son of a bitch up. You deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly.
Yeah, because ESPN wrote a negative review about the event, but the thing is they're like working with ESPN now.
Yeah.
So
and ESPN is paying them to put it on there. like I said, it was doomed from the get go because they had several people that were out hurt. Hell, I haven't even seen Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss in a while, and they're the world tag team champions. The women's tag team champions. So I'm like, where are they at? I haven't seen them in a while.
Speaking of which, Paul, why don't you watch wrestling? Why aren't you a wrestling fan?
I don't know. I used to watch it every Sunday before when I was a kid. Every Sunday before we went to church, wrestling was always on, and we always watched it. And that was
like old school WWF, like Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, that kind of stuff.
It was even before them. Andre the Giant was in it. I can't remember other names, but there's some other big guys were in it, and I guess it was about to start when Hulk Hogan and Randy Macho
early '80s.
Yeah. But I don't know. I just something that I just couldn't get into. I don't know.
Yeah, and some people don't. I mean, honestly, don't.
Yeah.
It depended on. There was several years I didn't watch it really because it had gotten to the point that I was like, I don't even want to see what they're putting out there half the time anymore.
Yeah.
And that was, of course, during the what was it, the new generation era in the WWE after Hogan had left, the early '90s.
Well,
Hogan left, and they were trying to hitch their ride to Bret Hart, who was about as freaking charismatic as a damn wet paper sack.
Yeah.
I mean, just on the God truth, you can be the greatest worker in the world. If you can't work that mic, you're not going to make it. You're not going to make them people care about you at all.
I don't know. His promo skills, I felt like, were underrated. Like, he's known as a guy who's not great on the mic, but he gave some decent promos.
That was when he was part of another group, a bigger group type thing.
Yeah.
And he had to be a full-on heel. If he had to do the babyface stuff, he was screwed. Stop playing with my glasses. I got my dumpster cat here.
So for me, right, I was like really big into wrestling as a kid and into my teenage years. And then I got obsessed with it in college because that's when the Attitude Era really kicked off. That was like Stone Cold and The Rock.
Yeah.
And that was like the best time to be a wrestling fan, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
But then at the same time, when I was in college, I was also really big into MMA. And so UFC and Pride were starting to get real big. So the Attitude Era falls off. It started getting PG, and I started losing interest there. And at the same time, I was getting really into like UFC, Pride.
Yep.
Like the early UFCs when it was, first
Boyce Gracie, Dan Severn.
No, after that, like a generation after that. But I did watch like the original UFCs as well.
Yeah, I had to get them on
tape. And so for most of my 20s, I was a hardcore MMA fan. And then I didn't get back into wrestling until I was like 30, 36, 37, like 7 years ago. Yeah, there was a big period where I just didn't watch wrestling. I was just more into MMA. I was of the attitude, like, how can you watch wrestling when you're into MMA, right?
Well, and
like the actual
quite frankly, that just goes to show right there because, I mean, Dan Severn was legit. I mean, don't get me wrong. Dan Severn was legit. He could go with the best of them.
Yeah.
But when he tried to move over to the professional wrestling side, once again, no charisma on the mic. He had to have a manager, but he botched stuff because he was so used to dealing with real world stuff. He botched stuff, and 3/4 of pro wrestling is taking care of your opponent. You got to make sure somebody doesn't get killed in there. So, I mean, and Mike got on there, like, how long were the matches? Most of those matches weren't more than 20 minutes long, 20 to 30 minutes max. So,
Nemo Vera asked an interesting question, actually.
Yeah, this one. Oh, you hit it too. Get it.
Go ahead.
God dang it, stop it.
All right, who is really more popular, heels or babyface?
Oh, heels.
I'll try to answer this. I'll try to answer this.
Okay.
So if you look at the Attitude Era, like the wrestlers like Stone Cold and The Rock, right? Hulk Hogan, previous, right? A lot of the merch, the people who move the merch are the baby faces, right? You kind of build your company around the baby faces.
Yep.
Think John Cena.
But
if you ask a lot of wrestlers, like, shoot style, like if you ask them in real life what they prefer, a lot of them prefer to be the heels because there's a couple things. One, there's not as much pressure for them to maintain character outside of work.
Yeah.
So when you're like a baby face, like a John Cena, you have to maintain this aura of like, you know, doing charity events and being really sweet to people at the airports and you know, but the heels don't have as much pressure, and because they don't have as much pressure, they tend to have more longevity.
Yep.
And a lot of wrestlers actually prefer to be the bad guys because they can dictate the action more in the ring.
Yeah, they're telling them, they're helping the babyface get over, so they're like the director in the ring.
Yeah,
for lack of a better word. Ric Flair,
because the story is the conflict, right? So the heels, but it's different because you have like someone like Hulk Hogan who was like such a big baby face that he was kind of just telling everyone what to do. But
except
normally, but normally if you have an experienced heel, like a bad guy, it's usually the bad guy who's calling like in real life who's calling the shots. So a lot of wrestlers actually prefer to be the bad guy. But
I think that's why Ric Flair's matches were so good in his heyday, you know, because I used to say that he could have a match with a broomstick and make it look good.
Yeah,
you know, because he was just that good at calling a match. But you know, it is what it is.
And a lot of wrestlers actually they say they prefer, it's like more fun if they're the bad guy or if they're the villain, because then they get to flip off the crowd and just flip off like a bunch of little kids and make them cry.
Well, and you know, now with kayfabe being broke all the way down now for the most part, nobody even pays attention to that no more. They just know who they like or who's being a dick in the ring. They know when they come out of the ring that stops. You know, most of these people now, you get your fanatics that are stupid. Don't get me wrong, but John Cena, because of all his charity work in the past and stuff, when they did his heel turn, it just didn't work. I mean, he was still putting on good matches. He'd go to cheat to win or whatever and get booed.
No, but he was he needed to switch up. He needed to switch up his wrestling style. He needed to
it never really changed
his moveset.
Yeah. If he'd have done something like a Cobra clutch or something like that to throw in some Sergeant.
Yeah, he should have done like different moves. Because even Bret Hart, when he turned bad, he like updated his moveset a bit. But
just changed it around something. But anyway, so sorry about that, Paul. We get sidetracked.
Yeah, we're sorry.
You're good. You're good. It's in the title. Wrestling's in the title, so that's it.
Well, yeah. We usually talk about sports for a little while, and then we talk about.
I want to make Paul into a wrestling fan, though.
And you know, the weird thing is, I like violent sports. I love. My just got really loud down here for some reason. I love hockey. I love the fighting in hockey. I love the roughness of football, but for some reason, I just can't get into hockey or wrestling. It's really weird.
What about like fight sports, Paul? What about like boxing or MMA?
Not really.
No,
not really.
Yeah. See, now I'll watch a boxing match all day long, of course. But like I said, I grew up in the heyday of boxing. Period. Ali and Larry Holmes, and then Alexis Arguello on the lighter weights and stuff.
I think in a sport where they're not supposed to fight, that's what I like.
Yeah.
And when they're supposed to go in a ring and fight and beat the crap out of each other, that, I'm not, I guess I'm not a fan of that. I need something to set it off, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And, that's why I say when you go to a hockey match, you got to be in the Tecum arena to really feel that,
I don't know. I mean, sit and watch a hockey game with me. I get into it. I start yelling, throwing stuff, and
I've watched the Stars many times, and I'll sit there just once they get on a breakaway, I'm like, yeah, get it, and I'm rooting them. I'm trying to help and everything, type thing. But I mean, that's the one thing about the Olympic ones that icing is one of those penalties that I'm like, why are you even calling it? Okay, don't even call it. Just let them keep playing like they always do in the NHL. I don't even think it's even a rule break in NHL. So
I think it still is icing. Yeah,
but they don't ever call it. They literally, I don't think I've ever saw them call it.
Yeah.
So, but outside of that, we'll just watch curling next. How's that?
Curling. They need to have more violence in curling.
I mean, I don't watch wrestling like I watch a sport though, because you watch it more of a performance.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You watch it like a person would be watching like Broadway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really
I mean,
the theatrics, yeah. Because it's
more so
fake.
than anything.
You know,
Yeah.
people, a lot of sports fan will be like, how can you watch wrestling? You know it's fake. And
Well,
that's the
and that's
reason
where
why
I tell
I
'em.
went back to watching wrestling after spending decades as an MMA,
Yeah.
like UFC fan, was because, yeah, I understood that it was fake, but because it was fake, it made it all the more impressive. Because these people are performing live. They have to follow the story. They have to make it look convincing. You know, they can't botch, or they have to
No.
not botch. And to me, that's a
and
lot more impressive, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Need more broom fighting and curling. I could see that. I really could. That'd be actually cool as hell.
That would
Watch
be.
you sit there, the one you broom this and smack somebody with it and get out of the way. See, and on the wrestling side of it, I don't tell people it's not fake. It's predetermined, because I can tell you right now, those boys are getting hurt a lot, and you don't have that much pain management going on in a place if they're not getting hurt. So.
Yeah.
And you know, kind of thinking about it, it really is impressive that with as rough as they make it seem, they don't get hurt more. I mean, a lot of these takedowns or whatever hits or whatever look so violent on the head, neck, and back area that they just turn around and all of a sudden they're fine. I mean, that to me, that's very impressive to do that.
Well, yeah, it's because of the way they built their muscles up. Because I forget who it was. It was I think it was Kurt Angle when he won the Olympic gold. He had already broke his neck at that point. He had broken a vertebrae in his neck when he was wrestling for the gold medal. And after it was all said and done, the doctor looked at him before he became a pro wrestler or whatever. Told him, said straight out, said, "Your neck muscles are what saved you from being paralyzed." He said, "Your neck muscles have kept your neck where it's supposed to be."
Wow.
Because they're so thick and so strong. And from that point on, he always took care of it. Now, he had the fusion surgery later on, but after he got worked through all that, he did 5 or 6 years or more, maybe 10 before he actually went in and had real surgery to get it fused.
Wow.
So
they do have a lot of bad injuries, though. I mean, most sports do. Although I don't know, like football's got some pretty catastrophic injury rate.
Oh God, yeah.
That's because we've gotten away from
injuries are catastrophic.
We've gotten away from tackling, and they're just hitting now. They're not really tackling anymore. They're just hitting. And they go at full force instead of, hey, this guy's got a family he's got to take care of too. You might want to just destroy him, okay?
And I mean, I love the days when Ronnie Lott was back there at safety, and if you dare come across the field to catch a pass,
you were going to get
your
lit
head
up.
was down, you were going to get destroyed.
Yeah,
but as hard as that was, and as violent as that was, they got right back up, and they were in the next play. And
I don't know. Now he had a few that he caused concussions on and stuff like that, but it doesn't seem like him and Darren Woodson was the same way. Darren Woodson used to be a hitter in Dallas, and Bill Bates, but it was like they didn't do it to where it actually hurt the other person. I mean, they got their bell rung or something like that, but it didn't hurt them. You know what I mean?
It certainly made them. They knew how to tackle. And they certainly knew they didn't hurt them, but they certainly knew to keep your head up when you're coming across the field.
Yeah.
But I mean, case in point for the way the NFL changed. Remember when Mike Singletary was the coach of the San Francisco 49ers? He was there for 3 years or something like that, and none of the players of nowadays liked him at all because he was an ass. He literally told them, "It's my way or the highway, and this is what we're going." He brought in dirt and created a hill that they had to climb and claw up and stuff. I'm like, well, that dude's a beast, but he was a beast. You should have learned from him, not sit there and whined about it.
For a reason. He was a beast for a reason. Yeah.
Exactly. How many years did he play for the dadgum Bears? Dub Bears.
Dub Bears.
Dub Bears.
Dub Bears. That's another team that I'm not a huge fan of the Bears. They just seem to have a mediocre team year after year.
Yeah, and when they do have good ones, well, of course, Ditka had them going for a good long while there.
Yeah.
But after him, they've been treading water ever since. They had one good year that Rex Grossman, and they just blew it in the playoffs. But that's the only time I can remember them being really good. And of course, the last 2 years have been so crappy. And then they decided to give us their freaking head coach to be our defensive coordinator. Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anywho, dang, we made it to an hour.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
We don't have a whole lot of wrestling to talk about this week because there wasn't no pay-per-views or anything like that. So, I mean,
we got Paul on, who was gracious enough to hop aboard. So,
thank you.
I asked him earlier last night. He's doing 2 of my shows tonight because I did his show and kind of did like 3 last night actually altogether.
Oh wait, we got a last question. Hold on.
Oh, right, that's a good question.
What NFL team would be a good game to watch against a CFL team?
Oh man, because I tell you what, the Toronto Argonauts. I used to watch them when I believe Warren Moon was their quarterback for a while back in the '80s, and they were fun to watch. Doug Flutie was the quarterback for was it Calgary? The Winnipeg Jets? No, not the Jets. That's the NHL. God, which one was Flutie part of? Oh man, I can't remember now off the top of my head. But yeah, no, I mean, I could see it. What I would like to see is take some of these guys that are in the NFL and stuff. Hey, you're gonna go play arena ball. You're gonna go play arena football. Let's see how you handle it, having to stay inside the boards and stuff like that, and watching all that movement. That, oh my God, that was so cool. I used to love watching arena.
The Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
Okay, which one was that one? Was that the one with
I don't know.
I don't remember which one Flutie was, because Flutie didn't come back till after he'd done a stint up there and kind of earned his way back into the NFL. So,
okay, let's see. Who did Flutie play for? Boston College, yeah. New England. Well, here we go. Wikipedia will have it. He played for the 8 seasons in the Canadian Football League. Doesn't say. Jeez.
It doesn't tell the teams.
Oh, wait. BC Lions, Calgary Stampeders, Toronto Argonauts. Yeah.
There we go.
Yep.
And Warren Moon played for the Argonauts too, I think.
He was a great quarterback.
Oh, yeah. Very underrated. Very underrated. When he got into the Hall of Fame, I was very happy because he deserved it. He really did.
Yeah.
Doug Williams was the same way. That was another one that was underrated. He was quarterback for Tampa Bay for so long and just got crapped on by everybody. He was crap. And then went up to DC and was part of the Redskins. And then he lit Denver on fire when he in the Super Bowl that year. They were not expecting him. They were not expecting him at all. He come out like a banshee on their ass. Yeah. Love that Super Bowl.
You know, that would be a pretty cool All-Star game idea. NFL All-Stars against the CFL All-Stars.
That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I agree. That'd be interesting. Which rules will we play? They need to hybridize the rules, or I would say play under CFL rules, honestly. See how they handle it.
Yeah. CFL rules 1 year, NFL next year.
Nemo, the one that got shafted the most by stadiums, probably right now is going to be called Oakland, because Oakland's going to have nothing left. Oakland and Sacramento are going to have next to nothing left.
Yeah. I mean, you back in whatever year that was, you could say the St. Louis with the Rams moving.
Well, same thing in LA at one time.
In LA, yeah. I mean, really, the Raiders kept bouncing between LA and Oakland for a while, it seemed.
For a while, it seemed like, Al Davis couldn't make up his mind.
Yeah.
But I mean, so there was what, a 5-year stretch there that there was more than 5 years, because Oakland had the Raiders up until just when they moved to Vegas after they left LA the last time. So until the Rams moved back, there was probably 15 years, maybe?
15.
With no LA team?
Yeah.
So, that's wild to think that LA would not have an actual football team.
Yeah. And they still really don't support the Rams.
No, or the Chargers. As the Chargers picked up out of San Diego.
Here's an interesting question. Yeah. Which city got shafted the most concerning stadiums?
That's what I was just answering.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was looking up Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, we were saying because, like I said,
wait, which one did get shafted the most? Now I'm
Oakland. Where's right now?
Oakland. Yeah, Oakland.
Oakland.
Yeah, because they're losing. They lost the Raiders. They're about to lose the A's. They've already lost the Golden State Warriors are getting ready to go too.
Nobody wants to be around Oakland no more.
Yeah.
Oakland sucks. And I used to live around there. That place sucks.
They don't want to put any money into upkeep of the stadiums or anything. Even the basketball team's leaving, so
yeah.
That's a damn shame, Oakland.
Yep.
See, and that's the one thing, at least St. Louis, even though you might have lost your NFL team, and stuff like that, you're never going to lose the St. Louis Cardinals.
No.
That's never going to happen. Bush Field is going to be there forever.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're already talking about replacing the stadium. And that's only 2006, going to be 20 years old next year. I mean, I don't know why they need to replace it so soon.
Same thing here with the Rangers after they went to the what do you call it? They had the ballpark in Arlington for probably from 2000, I guess it was, a little bit before 2000. And they went to the World Series in 2009, 2010, both those years. And then, after that, they got an influx of money and they built a new one. They started building it, I should say. It took them like 5 years to get it done. But this Globe Life Field they're at now, Globe Life Park was where they were at, but it was always the ballpark in Arlington before that. So
yeah.
But now that's where all the dang XFL/UFL plays is at that Globe Life Park.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. Same thing in St. Louis, the old Dome Stadium that the Rams played in. That's where the Battlehawks play.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I mean, make use of what's there. Do it.
Not kidding. Yeah.
So all righty. Well, guys, we all got work tomorrow, so
yeah.
We do.
I didn't even drink any beer, so y'all drank beer. I didn't. That's right. Guys. I did it yesterday.
So yeah, thanks for tuning in. And then we'll do this again next week.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Same Paul, you're welcome back on anytime if you ever feel like talking sports.
I always feel like talking sports.
Or if you're ever pissed off at the outcome of a game and you just want to rant angry.
You want to vent. This is the venting station too.
All right. We'll do that for sure.
All right.
All right.
Peace.
See you guys later.
See you guys.
Take me out to see that game with all the balls, or to the wrestling ring best out of three falls. Donnie and Randy talking wrestling and sports. We're talking the ball pit. It's the best, of course, 'cause it's the ball pit, the ball pit. Donnie and Randy, they freaking called it, 'cause it's the ball pit, the ball pit. There's no better podcast. They're all shit. Rob watches the Lions every Sunday night. Who even know which team Paul supposedly likes? Tex likes the Cowboys, it's his only shortfall. Jason McLean, just a fan of sports ball. 'Cause it's the ball pit, the ball pit. Donnie and Randy, they freaking called it. 'Cause it's the ball pit, the ball pit. There's no better podcast. They're all shit. With Randy Gilbert as our YouTube sports guy. Donnie Cho knows shit about sports, but he'll try. Donnie only knows wrestling and MMA. Together these two for the USA.